lap traffic is the idea of cars racing through 2 and 3 wide in front of you over those last couple laps?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was trying to set a pretty good pace after the red flag there, and I knew I had to keep it up because I didn't know how far back these two were. But yeah, I was a little concerned when I don't know, whatever. Yeah, I was a little concerned when they were taking up the whole racetrack, but I knew I just kind of had to time my moves right, and luckily they kind of parted the seas there in certain situations, and I was able to get by a couple, and I still didn't feel comfortable even after I got by a couple of them. It's just the two sitting on either side of me are probably two of the best here, and I knew they can probably make something happen and you know, could possibly get by me. So it was a little nerve-wracking, yeah.
Anthony, I remember when you started, you talked about it the other night, a lot of crashes, it took you a while to get going. Now you're a Kings Royal champion. Did you ever imagine a moment like this in Blue? And how difficult was it when just when you started, you almost gave it up, and now you're, again, sitting here as a Kings Royal champion?
Yeah, I mean, no, I would never thought in a million years, the way my career started, that I'd be sitting right here. I mean, it's just, this is so cool and honestly really special. And I did tear a lot of stuff up early in my career, and it, you know, I just had to keep pushing through it and work really hard. And you know, they always say hard work pays off. So I would say that's definitely true. And just again, really thankful for everyone that has stuck behind me and done, you know, something to get me to this point in my career. And I don't know, this is just surreal right now.
A couple times up there, bang the wall a little bit, come off of it. It's like a Saturday night in Fort Royal.
I think this place is a little more dangerous than Port Royal. It likes to snag you a little bit more aggressively than Port Royal, but I wouldn't say I was as nervous because of the experience from Port Royal, but I knew the possibility of tearing a car up was still there.
Rico, you've had one of the best cars all weekend, taking off on restarts. It didn't look like you gave quite as much of the Anthony on that last one, though. Did it just not take off as good, or what happened?
Yeah, I felt like the hotter my engine got, you know, the more it stumbled on the restart. And he was setting a little slower pace, and it was a little more difficult to time. And I thought I could get a run down the hill, but, you know, Brownie took off really well, and I wanted to block his run, and then I could see the 57 on my outside, you know, charging down the backstretch. So gave up some real estate, I feel, you know, to Anthony. But other than that, I thought that my car was flawless. And I think at that point, when you, as competitive as this series is, and these cars that are out here, and track position and how keen it is to have, you know, Anthony didn't make any mistakes. So you got to, you know, pick him apart in lap traffic at that point, and I feel like he did a flawless job there.
So, sorry to interrupt. I guess I have to. Yeah. I guess I have to restart this. So, introducing everybody in the press room to our podium for the 2025 Kings Royal. King Anthony, the 42nd, Anthony Macri. Second was Rico Abreu. Third was Kyle Larson. Anthony, my first question for you. I just got done talking to your crew chief, Joe Mooney, and obviously this is a great moment. We don't want to reflect on negative things, but this week 2 years ago, you left your family team, you took a mental break, everybody on your team took a mental break. How did you guys get through that and come out stronger on the other end and set yourself up to win races like this?
I don't know. We just worked through our stuff. I mean, I needed a break. I was mentally worn out, so I mean, I took the break I needed, and I don't know. It's just I needed an escape from racing to get my head right and really know where I wanted to go with things. And obviously, when I came back, I was, you know, fresh mindset and ready to, you know, be one of the best. So just putting in the work to be the best. I don't know.
You knew that Rico was going to be obviously breathing down your neck those last couple of restarts. What was going through your head and trying to come up with a plan to keep that behind you?
Try to keep as much air on my wing as possible and not stuff it in the fence or crash or something. So that was honestly my biggest concern the last couple laps, just trying to get my air and my car in somewhat of clean air in the, you know, situation I was in. But yeah.
And for Rico, obviously seemed like you had the car to beat all week. You came in as everybody felt it was your race to lose. Will you look back on this and think there's anything you could have done differently?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like we executed as a team. The car felt really good to me. I think that when you have, a track surface like that, where you find the weakness in other cars is when you catch lap traffic, and I feel like I could set the same pace as the 39M, and I was able to hang with him. And I feel when I caught traffic that the lap cars were kind of running in my lane that I was making a lot of time in 3 and 4 with, and if I could take it all back, I probably would have ran up for a few laps in 3 and 4 just to clear some guys and then try to get back down. But Macri was setting such a touring pace. You have to race hard, and I feel like for me to set that pace, it was really frying the tires in my car, and so that's definitely a disciplined footwork racetrack there for us.
How much do you love the Kings Royal? Obviously, you had a ton of people in your merch trailer and outside your car this week. What does this event mean to you?
Yeah, it's I feel like it's one of the greatest races in all of sprint car racing, and the value of this event keeps going up. We see new fans here every year. This coverage was just on FS1 a couple days ago, so I think that the growth of sprint car racing is really exciting right now. The rivalry between the World of Outlaws and the High Limit Series is really cool to just experience. As me being in with High Limit, and a full-time competitor of the series, I love getting to go to World of Outlaw races and trying to beat the Outlaws, and I think that's what the sport needs to see. And the funds that are getting injected into sprint car racing right now is unbelievable. And you look back 5 years ago, and we were still racing for $5,000 at some local events, and now we have 2 series just pumping money into these races, and it gets the fans' attention really quickly, and they want to see people put on a show.
And if you pass the mic down to Kyle, the highlight of your race was the restart after the open red. You were able to jump up on the podium, battle with Rico at one point for second. What did you feel in that restart?
It kind of played out close to how I wanted it to. I was hoping that they would all kind of go down and protect the middle to bottom 1 and 2, and I could have some fresh air to blast 1 and 2 and hopefully get to second. It almost worked out, but I still think even if I had gotten a second, I wasn't going to get any closer than Rico had gotten to Anthony. Rico was better than me, so I felt like we had a 3rd place car there. You're not sure who else is good behind us, but for the group that I was racing around, I thought we finished where we deserved. So we'll take it. It was a super slick surface and a lot of fun to try to have some patience. It's not too often in a sprint car you get to run on a surface quite like that, so it was cool.
Overall, what were your thoughts on the 4 nights we saw this week?
Yeah, I thought a lot kind of happened this week. We saw great racing. Unfortunately, we saw some big wrecks. Some drivers get injured, which you never want to see. But we saw a great crowd, some drama, with different tech things and drivers getting into it a little bit. So in 4 nights of racing, we kind of had a little bit of all of it. So the fans got their money's worth this week for sure.
We'll open it up to the room for questions. Before you ask your question, just state which driver it's for. Do they need to state who they're with or their name or anything? You could preferably state your name and who you're with, and then direct your question to the driver. Any takers? Start with Jeremy.
Hey, Anthony, sprintcar.com. You're not the most confident guy.
No.
So, and what I've talked to you a lot about that. Do you think this is going to change that? Some people taking shots at you, Pennsylvania, and carrying out Pennsylvania, and here you are, you just won the Kings Royal. Plus, from a confidence standpoint, what do you think this is going to mean for your career? I know it's early, probably hasn't sunk in yet, but do you think that's going to increase kind of your confidence and maybe shut some people up about that as well?
I wouldn't say I don't have confidence. I know I'm capable of winning these races. It's just I try not to get too cocky. That's normally when I mess up. But winning a race like this outside of PA definitely changes my mindset on things. Before I knew I could beat all these guys when they come to Pennsylvania, but obviously when we leave Pennsylvania, it's a little bit more of a struggle. And we've had our moments outside of PA, but it just seems like it's not as consistent as I would like it to be. But coming in tonight and accomplishing what we accomplished, it definitely changes my perspective on things a little bit, and definitely changes my mood, and I'm sure it's gonna change everyone else's mood at the trailer. But this is the not cocky part, but it's racing, so it can all change in the span of one night. So we're gonna enjoy it and burn the place down tonight and go into Tuesday.
Rico, do you feel like you're chipping away at these kind of jewels? I mean, Eldora's one that, I know this is a place, like Connor said, that is kind of close to your heart. You love this place, and probably a favorite going into that A main. If you're standing on the roof asking people, got to second, do you feel you're kind of chipping away at this and maybe ready to
Yeah,
take it?
I just think these races are earned. You know, they're not given to you. So I like the fight. I love just being present here at Eldora Speedway. I have such an emotional attachment to this place, and from day one when I first walked in 2010. So I feel like I get closer and closer every year, and I have an unbelievable team. This is our 4th year racing together, and just the chemistry we just keep striving off each other and building our program to to compete at the highest level consistently. Although it's these races change quickly and your results change quickly. If you can get off so easily. So last year I got lapped twice in the feature, so I was just happy to finish on the lead lap this year. But I just think that we got to come back here in the fall, and I'm looking forward to the foreground.
Anybody else? Dual?
Kyle, Brian Walker with Flow Racing. I want to ask you this, I think you have a good view of like 10,000 feet. You get to be a race fan a lot of times, and like you guys go west and have big races. 6 of the last 8 six-figure races were won by completely new faces. Anthony, Rico, Aaron, Trey, Corey, and Buddy. For a while we had you dominate, David, Donnie. What do you think it says about the state of sprint car racing where we have so many new faces winning these big races?
Yeah, that's a really good point. I think they touched on it. Like, sprint car racing is healthy and as competitive as I think it's ever been. You look at High Limit, Outlaw, Pennsylvania. I mean, California. There's just lots of top talent and lots of top equipment. And with more money on the line, I think teams are just elevating. Drivers are hungrier for it and elevating their game, and it's just putting a better product on the track too. So I'm proud to be a part of the growth of sprint car racing, and I think we all are and all should be proud of it. And the fans are definitely ones taking advantage of it. So there's some great racing, and you just never know who's going to win. And I think that's what makes sport really good, is when there's not particularly a favorite. It was great to see good racing this week, and then as you mentioned, a lot of first time big winners.
Anthony, when are you going full time on national tour?
That's a good question. I don't know. It's just I like what I'm doing right now. I mean, I'm not ruling it out. I've always said I wanted to do at least 1 year on the road, but I don't know. It's just not sure when the time will come. But I'm sure you'll find out.
Will we?
Yes,
Anybody?
through social media.
Anybody else? TLD?
Northern Florida, Brian Walker, associate with Flow Racing. You guys all seem like you had a great time racing against each other out there. When do you think you'll get to do it again?
Tuesday.
High Limit at Lernerville.
Do you want his answer too?
Yeah, High Limits Tuesday.
One last question for Anthony. You guys have traveled more this year than you ever have. Do you feel like you guys have proven something this year, being able to go to high limit races and run on the podium or be contenders to win, being able to go to Beaver Dam and run second, and obviously come here and win?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're definitely showing that we can run outside of PA and kind of shut everyone up that says that we can only run Port Royal and win at Port Royal. But I don't know what to say. I mean, we have a fast race car. We all know we can do it. It's just, and obviously spending more time on the road definitely helps more. But to expand your notebook, and obviously a wide notebook is definitely beneficial. And the more tracks you can see, the more situations you get in, and the different types of clay and dirt and everything. It's just, it all comes as a whole, and it makes you a better driver and a better team, really.
All right, thank you all.